There's a notion in the DevOps world of you build it, you run it. You should be really careful with that idea. Now, I'm not saying that you shouldn't do that, but as site reliability engineering thought has shown, there's not only a platform that's constantly developed and tuned to support that kind of workflow, but there are also people skilled in building that platform and troubleshooting and managing production, and then learning from that and making it better. I'll tell you a little bit about what I mean by all of that, but if you want to dive into it even more, we've got a detailed free talk that you can watch for free if you click on the link below. Now, application developers do their best work when they're working on applications rather than working on infrastructure and building out a platform. So what are the expectations for developers? Well, I think if you've got a good platform in place and the practices, you can expect them to do some, I would say, first level, maybe even second level managing of things in production. And you can expect them to package up and even deploy their own applications if you've got a very well-managed, standardized way of doing that, with something like cloud-native build packs or some other way of doing it. This notion of a platform starts with having a good CI/CD pipeline, but it also includes having a good runtime environment like Kubernetes that has a nice developer platform layered on top of it that makes it easy for developers to kind of fit into the guardrails of how you want them to package up, deploy, instrument, and manage their applications. And the practices, maybe even the culture, if you like that way of thinking, that your operations people and your developers have are based on working much more closely together and having agreements and negotiations about the expectations, not only for what operations is going to be doing, but it also involves having developers and the business side say what's acceptable and also making commitments about making their code actually manageable in production. I feel like a lot of the discussion we have on this topic is mostly about the practices and the culture that people follow, which is definitely fantastic and something to pay attention to. But I think what we need to focus on more, especially as people are building out their Kubernetes strategy or their other kind of cloud native way of doing things, it's important to kind of return to what are the actual tools that we're using? Because sure, culture is hard, but without the right technology in place, culture is going to be impossible to change over. To start transitioning your developers to that mode where they can release their software every week and really become the main way that your business starts to innovate and grow and thrive. At VMware Tanzu, we've been working on that problem for, I don't know, over 10 years, a whole lot more if you count the pre-cloud native era. We have an insane amount of learnings that we put into our products based on what large organizations have been doing. What's even better is that the people that we work with, the customers in large organizations, they too have learned how to do this well. If you want to find out more about that, click on the link below to see a free talk by Christopher Livermore, who works at Centric, that do British and Scottish gas, and our very own James Waters, who will be talking about this notion of how you get that platform in place to support that kind of site reliability engineering and DevOps, where your developers can focus on their applications because there's a good platform in place and the practices that go with it. So just click below and you can check it all out for free.